You listen to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
It is Thursday, May 30th.
It's almost June. Also, the Blues won.
Yay, Blues.
Yay, Blues. Play Gloria. Hashtag.
We are not playing that. We play a different Gloria here.
Yeah, I know.
At KFUO.
So before I knew what that was, I was like, what? I don't understand why they're playing.
We sing Gloria.
Yeah. I was very confused until I realized what was happening.
Well, speaking of what's happening, do you like that segue?
Yeah,
what's
nice.
happening today, we get to share the story of one of the young adults participating in Lutheran Young Adult Corps this year. Our very own Ian, who's been the guy, well, you hear him here on KFUO from time to time, announcing chapel from time to time, and a couple of other things here. You get to hear his voice, but really, what you hear is all the work that he's doing behind the scenes, all the editing and running the equipment here in the studio. So we're going to hear his story, how he came to KFUO as part of Lutheran Young Adult Corps, and why he's part of Lutheran Young Adult Corps. We're excited to share that. And also what's going on in international mission as well. We're going to check in with the director of the Office of International Mission and where are missionaries working and where is the church growing around the world. Thanks to Concordia University, Wisconsin for supporting the Coffee Hour. Find out more about them at cuw.edu.
Live uncommon.
Thank you. Right on cue. Very good. In studio with us this morning, Ian Berger. He's our Lutheran Young Adult Corps participant serving here at KFUO. Good morning, Ian.
Good morning.
Got you right as you walked in the door, nab you and pull you into the studio, ready to talk about being part of KFUO and Lutheran Young Adult Corps. Excited to hear your story. And also in studio with us, Julianna Shults. She's program manager for Lutheran Young Adult Corps. Good morning, Julianna.
Good morning.
Ian, what did you expect Lutheran Young Adult Corps to be when you first started that process of signing up for it?
I'm not entirely sure what I expected. I don't think I expected it to be so much fun, Oh,
that's good. Whew. Wow. I didn't know where that was going.
So much work is what I thought I was going to say.
Yeah, so I grew up in a smaller church, so I wasn't really around other young adults, people my age. So coming here, it was really interesting to get to have this community of other people my age who are also of the same denomination as me.
Mm-hmm. What do you remember from orientation?
And what have you forgotten? No, wait.
Yeah.
What do you remember? Sorry.
I remember not to mix darks and whites.
So,
Doing
context
laundry.
to this.
Laundry?
Yes, for
We
laundry.
do Adulting 101
Yes.
class where they learn everything from what a circuit breaker is to how to do laundry to doing cooking, that kind of thing.
Yeah, the thing that I really remember is the story about one of the past participants and all of their clothes turning pink.
Yeah, that definitely happens. I think I might need the circuit breaker part of that, though. Not
Yeah,
sure
we
I've
have a
ever
whole
touched
list of
one.
things that we make sure that they know because they live independently, and so we want to make sure they know how to plunge a toilet and
Yeah.
not turn all of their whites pink and that kind of thing.
These are very important life skills.
Well, to put it in context, for some young adults, this is their first experience living away from home. For some, this is just another chapter. They've lived away from home before. So
Yeah. Ian, what do you think is going to serve you well as you move on when you have to leave us? What will serve you well that you learned here that you'll be able to take with you?
Probably budgeting.
Oh,
I've
yes.
really had to work on that.
That never changes.
I've hopefully gotten a little better at it, though.
That's good.
So when give an example of how you've learned how to budget since you've been here. Where has it made a difference? What would you do differently now that you might not have done before?
Groceries.
Mm-hmm.
Not buying as much ramen and stuff. Always making sure that you have money, because it always seems like you always have money set aside for food and necessities, because it always seems like food goes a lot faster than you would expect.
Yeah.
Well, and all of our participants get kind of like a monthly per diem that cover really basic costs, but we let them know pretty early on in the process that there's not going to be a lot of extra money at the end of your month. You're going to have to practice budgeting really well and being good stewards of the money that they're provided. So, yeah. But sometimes it is just ramen,
Ramen's not bad.
Huh?
The other day it was about lunchtime, and Ian's like, "Yeah, I got the fancy ramen today." So
Sesame seeds, teriyaki. It was good.
Wow. That is the life.
splurging. What you mentioned earlier that the community of other young adults, peers who share that same denomination, that same confession of faith being a key part of this. How have you grown in that community? How have you supported one another throughout this 10 months?
We have a weekly Bible study that we do together. We just kind of do it whenever we're all around. And we're currently going through John, but I just find it very interesting how people in the same denomination, the same community, can have so many different ideas about a text.
How convenient that we're studying John on Thy Strong Word right now with Pastor Espinosa. So is that helping in your study? Are you able to, are you guys in different places right now?
We're at different places.
So you're already ahead in the book of John. What has been most surprising for you this year? You said earlier you didn't expect it to be this fun. What's been surprising that has made it fun?
Where I work here at KFUO, it's a very enjoyable job. A lot of fun people.
The countless hours of editing audio. Yes.
And
Fun.
As much as I complain about the bus system, it's really not that bad, and that did surprise me.
What are you going to miss the most? The coffee?
Maybe. Maybe all the friends I've made here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why should other young adults do this experience and have this experience and step outside of their comfort zones to do something that might be a little scary and a little challenging, but also a little awesome?
I think it's a really great chance to get that independent experience, like living away from your family while still having a whole support group behind you. Like when you need help, you just ask for it.
Julianna, what are the opportunities for this coming year?
Yeah, we're really excited. So starting tomorrow, we start training our 10-week participants. So we'll have folks coming into here in St. Louis and then into Milwaukee as well, where it's our new house that we're opening. But we're also reopening the application for the gap year. We have plenty of placements available starting in August, running from August to May, just like Ian just finished. And we're looking for some people who maybe we missed in our first round of applications that might still be interested. We have placements working in kind of after school programs. We have some that are working with community gardens. We have some working with immigrants and refugees, kind of a huge variety. But we really would love to see people placed in all of our potential placements. So we're looking to see if there's anybody else out there who's still wanting to do a gap year experience just like Ian did. And then we're also opening the application for next summer and next gap year at the same time. So if you're thinking about it coming up soon, or if you want to apply already for next gap year, you can do that as well.
So the gap year, what is the window of time gap year is?
So gap year runs August to May, and then we have a summer program that runs June to August.
So 10 months or 10 weeks? Basically.
10 months or 10 weeks. And the idea is that then that way our placements, our organizations that we work with have somebody all the time, but we have a variety of different kinds of students that'll fit into either one of those models.
Ian, how do you think your gifts and talents were a good match for the KFUO being a partner site for Lutheran Young Adult Corps?
I remember mentioning in my interview how much I enjoyed computers and technology, and there's definitely a lot of that around here.
A bit surrounded by that.
I don't know what you're talking about. Just surrounded by 4 screens alone in this room. So the deadline for this this coming gap year for the
is going to be July 22nd. So there's still some time, but we'd love for people to contact us. Either if you go to the website, it's lcms.org/YACORPS. YA Corps, and you can check it out there, look for more information. But we're really hoping that we've got some great places in all sorts of different places. Just like Ian, we can use a lot of different varieties of skills.
Ian, what are some of the places that some of your fellow Lutheran Young Adult Corps participants have been serving this year, and the stories you've learned about where they're serving?
Well, one of them, Sam, works at CFNA, which is Christian Friends of New Americans. She helps refugees. It's an interesting place to work because it requires a very flexible schedule. She's out. She doesn't have a set schedule, which is interesting, and I think that sort of fits with her personality.
And this past year, participants have also been serving in Boston.
In Boston as well. So they, up in Boston, they're doing a couple of different things. They work for First Lutheran of Boston doing their young adult ministry, since there's so many colleges and universities in the town. But they also spend a little bit of time at something called the Seafarers Mission, which is a ministry to people who are coming on and off, who work on cruise boats, but who might not necessarily have local connections because they're all from all across the world. And then also with people who are struggling with homelessness. So there's a ton of variety of things. And, of our 29 alumni now, I think they've all had a very different experience because they've all worked in different places, for different locations for different amounts of time. But all told, I think at this point they've served over 35,000 hours, which is a huge impact, especially for smaller urban congregations or even slightly bigger organizations like KFUO. You guys aren't huge, but to really have an impact for the gospel, which is really what we want from the program.
Well, we have enjoyed the participants that we've had here at KFUO, and there's no way that we could really measure just the great value of the partnership. We've loved having Ian here. We had Raymond last year, and it's just been fantastic to have them as a part of our team. And hopefully, not only are they learning something while they're here, but we're learning as well what it means to be a partner. And it's just been a joy to share in this partnership. I hope that more young adults will apply to be Lutheran Young Adult Corps participants this year as well. We'd love to see more. We'd love to see another participant here at KFUO, and we'll be at the National Youth Gathering, and you'll be there as well,
yes.
ready to welcome applicants as well. So we'll be there face to face and ready to talk about Lutheran Young Adult Corps here at KFUO and point them to you as well.
Great.
So come meet us face to face.
Yeah.
Talk about Lutheran Young Adult Corps. We'd love to do that. Thank you so much for being here this morning, Ian. Thanks so much for sharing your story.
Fun.
Julianna Shults, Program Manager for Lutheran Young Adult Corps. Thanks so much for being our guest in the studio this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Coming up in just a little bit, we'll get the scoop on LCMS International Mission. You're listening to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Golseth.